I miss Wiiware. Despite my having no memory of ever managing to get any form of internet working on my Wii, as a kid I somehow managed to download a whole bunch of Wiiware demos, which totally defined a grand total of 4 hours of my childhood. And if there's one thing I love, it's squeezing myself into the darkest corners of my childhood memories and digging until I find a half-repressed fragment of my forgotten past. And a while ago, I did just that to find one Wiiware game that I remember in particular. And what do you know, I found it. So let's go on a ride back to my childhood. This is Jett Rocket, and this is me forgetting to turn off the FPS counter in Dolphin. This game opens with a cutscene, and going into this game I was like, oh, am I really that nostalgic? And then I was able to recite this cutscene from memory, and boy, what a cutscene it is.
Hi, I'm Jett Rocket, Planetary Inspector. Here on my patrol hub, I look out for any threats to the planet. What's that?
Jett, are you gonna do anything about that? No? Okay. I'm absolutely using that scream as the sound effect forever. So, we fall onto Tutorial Island so we can learn about how this game controls. And boy, does this game control. Except when it doesn't. I swear, I am shaking the Wiimote here. I'm shaking it as hard as it can be shook. I even tried every single Wiimote I owned and none of them worked. Eventually, I just had to switch to an emulated Wii Remote with the Wiimote shake mapped to a button. Woo! Nostalgia! This is just how I remember it! But no matter Xbox 360 can take away the nostalgia that I feel for this hub world. Sure, it's no Peach's castle. In fact, it's completely and utterly unimpressive. But hey, look! Elevators! I loved this as a kid. It made it feel like an Imaginext playset. We play as Jett, who looks a little too similar to an X-Wing pilot, and he needs to take back his generators from the evil power plant posse. Who are the power plant posse? They're a bunch of robots, don't ask questions. The good old first level. Wandering around, T-posing to fuel my jetpack, collecting Duracells to power an Easter Island head, picking up solar panels, and homing, attacking, and dashing like Sonic if Sonic was kind of clunky and not fun feeling. So yeah, like Sonic. You know, when I first played this as a little baby who didn't understand what a demo was, I was absolutely convinced that if I collected every single power cell in this level, it would unlock the rest of the game for me. And so I played this level over and over, trying to find all 60 of them, and I never did. Combine my limitless conviction with the fact that this demo wouldn't save your progress because, you know, it's a demo, and yeah, that's probably why I saw the opening cutscene so many times. So, of course, I 100%ed this level just to spite my past self. And I mean, the rest of the game is unlocked now. Damn, I can't decide whether to compare this level to Crash 3 or Wave Race, but I know it doesn't matter because I'm so cool that you are all going to like and subscribe either way, right? The riddle of Sawblade Canyon. It's here that we discover I'm bad at video games. Man, I wonder what a speedrun of this game would look like. Probably not like this. Now, you might wonder, what is the riddle of Sawblade Canyon, and what is the answer? Well, I have no idea what the riddle was meant to be, but it seems like the answer was, solving riddles is something you don't have to do if you possess an adequate stockpile of explosives. To Uncanny Bay. This is a spooky night level with owls, and it's also the final level of the world. So after the developers let me skip most of their intricately crafted level with a hang glider, we did some incredibly challenging LEGO Star Wars 2 puzzles, expertly handled some deadly explosives, performed some startling speedrun skips up this tower, only to fight a boss from the pee-pee poop, one who uses a bombable wall as a shield, only to toss oh-so-throwable bombs at us. I mean, that's like me hiding behind a barrier that can only be broken by the like and subscribe buttons. Do you get it? The joke is that I'm desperate. The North Pole. Nobody in the history of gaming has ever hated an ice level. Let's do it. This level is full of snow, trees, beautiful music, and a frame rate which was definitely not lowered even a little bit. Wow, look, I did it. You don't need to know how long that took. Cloud Glacier Canyon. You saw that, right? Damn! If I'd known the generator was a ghost, I would have made this the Halloween video! You wanna see what the first death of my playthrough looked like? I don't know why I'm trying to build an internet career around playing video games when I'm this bad at playing video games. This level was okay. It actually made me do platforming at several points, which was nice. I got lost for a while. At the end, it looks like they want you to raise 2 platforms with buttons, but you can actually get up with only 1. The Silent Path! This is another nighttime level, which means it's slightly darker and has owls. Ha! Take that, game with a talking dolphin. You're not realistic. Wait, never mind. Apparently owls do live at the North Pole. Okay. Maybe I'm not realistic. The batteries for this are hidden, which basically just amounts to them all being right next to the statue, but needing you to ground pound in these 4 very clearly marked spots first, because that's what game design is. This is meant to be a stealth level, I think, but all that really means is that some of these enemies are harder to kill, so I should ignore them instead of fighting them. Just like Solid Snake. Hey, why does this ski lift sound exactly like the sand people from Star Wars? I kept dying in this stage. This game doesn't have checkpoints. It was extremely tedious. This is what the end of the level looked like. Are you happy? The Icy Fortress, the final ice level. Give it a second. There we are. This level is all about throwing bombs into these things to lower the gates blocking your path. Also, there's a maze for some reason. And now, a boss who tries to kill us with the part of his body that has his weak spot on it. Wow, that's like if I tried to hit you with a bat that had the like and subscribe buttons on it. Is that really in my script? Alright, final world, everyone. Take me, sweet death! So I didn't touch on this when I unlocked the North Pole, but guess what? Each of the 2 unlockable worlds in this game requires you to have collected a certain amount of solar cells. Solar cells are these things, in case you couldn't tell. At this point in the game, I had about 380 cells, which is 70 off the amount needed to unlock the final world. So basically, imagine a version of Mario 64 where you had to collect a certain amount of coins to unlock levels. So then I thought, oh well, I'll just grind the jet ski level for cells since it's the shortest. But after doing that, I only had 2 more cells than I did before, leading me to realize, oh my god, every single cell is its own collectible, and your count only goes up when you collect cells you haven't collected before. So imagine a version of Mario 64 where you have to collect 550 unique, specific, individual coins in order to fight Bowser. In other words, this game didn't have enough content, so the developers decided to just force me to be a completionist in order to give the game more length. Hey, wait a minute! I'm just in the same place as I was when I was a kid. Except this time, collecting the power cells actually will do something, and now I'm full of hate and spite instead of hope and whimsy. Did I mention that dying sends you back to the start of a level without any of the cells you collected, no matter how far through the level you are or how many you've gotten? This happened to me twice. I don't want to play this game anymore. Wow, did it. What an entertaining experience that I had. It's such a shame that I didn't record it because it really would have been interesting content for you to watch. Hey, why does the title screen music sound like Kid Icarus Uprising music? Wow, I can finally go to the final world. Jungle. Am I crazy for expecting the last world to be lava? The first jungle level is Florida, which breaks new ground by having its obstacles be completely optional. Maybe I would be a good Jet Rocket speedrunner. Although I did find something funny on the screen where it shows you how many solar cells you got in the level. You can just not press anything. I haven't paused the game or anything, see the icon still pulsing, but Jet is just frozen in utter tranquility. A brief moment of peace where I'm not playing this stupid video game! The Rainy Castle! Dude, that sign is bigger than his entire body. This level also features riveting game design such as door close, walk over here, ground pound, switch, there's a shield so you have to ground pound twice, walk back, avoid lasers. This is the final world and the entire game has been like this. But this level actually has a gimmick, being these magnet things which are used to ride zip lines. And by a gimmick, I mean it's a thing that you do like twice, and the most involved it gets in terms of gameplay is the part where you have to get off in the middle. And you don't even have to do that! Sometimes there are bubbles that hurt you while you're ziplining, but since you don't control the speed or timing of the zipline, there's not actually a lot you can do about that. It was at this point that I started cheating, because I can't be bothered to play this level again, and also, who the hell cares about the sanctity of my Jet Rocket playthrough? The Jungle Garrison! This level is— whoa! What has happened? This level is actually my favorite in a while because it's just platforming. No redundant switch pressing, no carrying bombs back and forth, no running around for batteries. It's just a simple, linear platforming level with moving platforms and hazards to avoid. It's also piss easy, but at this point that's a relief too. The Jungle Maze! It's that one part of Hazy Maze Cave that isn't fun, but only for about 5 seconds because this is a boss level and we're face to face with the Mayor of Florida. This guy. And wow, would you believe that this video game boss attacks me in a way that allows me to attack him back? Please leave a comment. Now we've cleared all 3 worlds, a portal opens up to the final boss. Kaiser Takai, the most pathetic looking final boss I've ever seen. He's smaller than the rest of the bosses. He looks like BB-8! And what's his boss fight like, I hear you ask? It's like King Bob-omb, that's what it's like. Except for the fact that his hurt box is still active while his weak spot is exposed. Who programmed this? Once you figure out how to avoid that and you stop dashing yourself over the edge of the arena like a stupid idiot, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, and it's just that easy. We get a congratulations message from the talking dolphin, and after just a absolutely beautiful ending shot, some credits appear to show us who to blame. All in all, that certainly was a game that I played. Honestly, I think I would have liked this game as a kid. I would have gotten stuck in the ice world, but I would have liked it. But man, parts of this were tedious, and being forced to replay levels for cells really just drove home how not fun some of these levels are. And that's not even mentioning the weird jank and technical issues. Sure, it had its moments, but they really weren't worth the frustration. I would have quit this game several times over if I wasn't getting content out of it. And like, part of me wants to cut it slack for being a decent 3D platformer on Wii, but the other part of me has played Mario Galaxy, so... In any other video review, this is where I destroy the game in question in a fit of rage, but this game is digital only, so the best I can do is, In a way, I suppose you could consider this game itself to be the final boss. And by deleting it, I just beat it. So now you have to subscribe.